Alright, hello. Should be live now. It's Space Cadet Rewind. And I'm going to play some... Let's see if I can... Okay. Yeah, Star Trek Starfleet Academy Starship Bridge Simulator. That name is way too long. This is the 32X version. But yeah, hello everyone. Would you consider doing a tactical/strategy space game where you don't have direct control if that game has meaningful 3D gameplay in space? Nexus the Jupiter incident comes to mind. I mean, I was thinking about how, I really shouldn't be too precious about genre at this point. I've played enough. I've played enough of the basics, the classics, and everything. I can branch out a little. In terms of, both in terms of space sim or also, direct control. I could play like a top-down game, a 2D game, a real-time strategy game. I mean, if I was going to do an RTS or something like that, I should probably start with Homeworld, right? But, like, yeah. Alright, so yeah, this is the game with, chapter breaks in its title. So we're... Okay, we're gonna play this. Yeah, we are going very old school today. So this is a port of the game. We took a look at the Super Nintendo version of this a couple weeks back. But this is the 32X version. Another from the series of 25th anniversary games. Huh. The red alert must be sounded whenever your ship enters an emergency situation. It informs the crew that they must prepare for a crisis. Red alert raises shields and readies the weapon system. Alright. Yeah, I wonder, so it says like yellow alert will keep you at a highly ready state without presenting a hostile intention. So does that mean like there are situations where being at red alert would cause a breakdown in diplomacy? Do Homeworld? So the thing about Homeworld is like, I mean, I don't know, I've tried to play Homeworld a couple times before and I didn't like it. But, I mean, I don't know, I've like reconsidered, my stance on games before. So, yeah, I could try it again. Yeah. Alright. So, I guess one thing we should hammer down right off the bat is, should I read the dialogue out loud? Because, there's a lot of it, so I'm going to be spending a lot of time, and, like, I don't know, I'm not the best at reading dialogue, doing different voices for different characters. But at the same time, because there's so much dialogue in this game, I feel like it'd be kind of hard to follow along. If I'm not reading it out loud. Just the dialogue and do the best Shatner impression you can. Alright. This is Daryl Hawkins. So, what have you got, Jones? We don't serve alcohol here. I do like to make my own beverages. I'll have to get you to try some. Charging weapons can also be considered a hostile posture. But yeah, it's kind of like... And yeah, if we're thinking about Star Fox, I mean, I guess I could play the Star Fox remake if people, I don't know. I wouldn't mind playing it. I love Star Fox 64. I just don't want to buy it, but, whatever. Alright, so we talked to all these people last time, so we can sort of maybe skip through these a bit. But yeah, this game has, this version of the game, I think it has like sort of more detailed and like bigger on the screen art for the characters and stuff. But alright, we're gonna go. And I would not like to take the training mission because I've already done it way too many times. So yeah, in the PC version of this, well, I wouldn't even call it a version of this game. There was a PC game called Star Trek Starfleet Academy, no further subtitle. And that game was, it's sort of like a remake or a reimagining of this, but it's like, it's so different that like it's really its own distinct game. But alright, greetings cadets, I am Commander Alex Rothroth, and I will be your instructor for most of your simulator training. Our first series of missions will take place on our Mark IV Oberth class science vessel simulator. This simulator will be known as the USS Banting. Today's mission will involve the removal of a highly radioactive object which is about to crash on the planet Beta 2. If it hits the planet's atmosphere, all life will be threatened. Your orders are to proceed to Beta 2 and find the object. Once you have located it, use your tractor beams to pull it to a safe distance away from the planet and destroy it with your weapons. Return to Starbase 12 after the mission is completed. And yeah, the unfortunate thing about it being 32X is, or Genesis, is that it uses a sort of like, I don't know, it's not even like a dithered pattern, but it's using that sort of a pattern to like fake transparency, but it doesn't work when you're not on the CRT. Where did the radioactive object come from? That information is not currently available, but we believe it may be an old abandoned probe or derelict spacecraft. When will we know when we're far enough to safely detonate it? Yeah, so it kind of makes it a little hard to read. I wish I could. I tried to find like a CRT filter that would like sort of help with this, but I couldn't. Couldn't get one. How close was the vote? It was actually pretty significant percentage of people went for this. Stippling, that's what they call it. Yeah, okay. Your science officer will inform you when you have reached a safe distance from the planet. Alright. Do you believe we will have any trouble finding it before it gets too close to the planet? It should be easy to spot because of its wideband radiation signature. Check your short-range sensors when you're near the planet. Alright. So let's go. So what are we doing? You may refer to our orders through Cadet Megia's comm station. Alright. Our orders are to proceed to Beta 2. Once there, we must find the radioactive object that is threatening the planet and tractor beam it a safe distance away before destroying it. After the mission is complete, we are to return to Starbase 12. Alright, so we're gonna go navigate to Beta 2. Yeah, I mean the okay, entering beta sector. Planet. So let's we're in combat mode, I think, so let's go to short range. Okay, I think the red is the planet. The green will be the probe. We are now experiencing dangerous levels of radiation. So let's go to yellow alert. And then tractor beam. We need to get closer. Alright. Get closer. Yeah, you can see this game runs a lot better. Right, how's that? Is that close enough? Alright, we got it. Yeah, this runs a lot better than the, the Super Nintendo version. Alright, so they'll tell me when I'm far enough away, right? I think that's what they said in the briefing. Well, let's see. We must destroy the radioactive object as quickly as possible. Captain, we are now at a safe distance from the planet to detonate the object. Okay, there we go. Did say. Alright, so I think they did mention, yeah, you want to, like, not be moving when we release the object. And then we go to that alert. Captain, the object has been destroyed at a safe range. The planet has been saved. Alright, so let's go back down to condition green. And head back to the station. Scan it, see if there's more to it. This is start. Oh, well, too late. Did you get like more than 100% of the exam? Alright, because I know I got 100% when I did this in the Super Nintendo version, and I didn't have to scan it. Although, yeah, that's a good idea. Just scan everything, right? I gotta, like, get into the habit. We have Starbase 14 on screen. Mission accomplished, Starbase 14. Report to debriefing. During the course of your mission, your crew was subjected to lethal radiation. That is an automatic failing grade. Damn! Always raise your shields when approaching a hazardous area. Wow. Please try to do better. I work so hard and you get a 0. I've got a pension to think about, you know. Wait a minute. I thought we lived in a post-scarcity society here. The simulation is over. You are dismissed. Damn, that's a failing grade. Alright, so I'm going to load state there. I saved the state before the mission started, so let's do that again, and we can scan it this time also. Alright, so yellow alert. And then, right, we gotta get it on short range radar. The 32X version, yeah. Alright, yeah, we are now experiencing dangerous levels of radiation, but our shields should protect us. I wonder if I just was like already on red alert in the Super Nintendo one. Alright, so let me scan this. That's your sweep. Object in sensor range, it is emitting high levels of radiation. Alright. Beta 2, a Class M world. The Federation colony has existed there for 2 years. Mining is the colony's primary function because of the high mineral content of the planet. Disco is sexy. So just give me one moment here. Alright. This is very, like, I mean, we were, like, well into, Next Generation when this game came out, right? But it's very, like, original series themed. Alright, so, where were we? We were, like, approaching this thing, right? Yeah. Can I grab it now? I can. Alright. And then we just go away from the planet. Yeah, because, like, this was, like, 1994, I think. And Next Gen started in the 80s. So, like, yeah, like, it was definitely out. Like, Next Gen was definitely, like, the current Star Trek when this came out. Alright, now we're at a safe distance. So we wanna... red alert. I feel like the throttle changes a little too quickly. Like maybe because the frame rate's so high, it's a little bit harder to control your throttle than the Super Nintendo version. Alright, the planet has been saved. Let's go to Edition Green and get out of here. Yeah, this is from the so-called Lost era, sort of between original series and TNG. Wait, no, that's... Want to scale the starbase, and mission accomplished. Congratulations, cadets! You succeeded on your first mission and saved Beta 2 from a dangerous situation. The only thing I was wondering if we could have hailed Beta 2 and they would have had something to say. You received a perfect 100. Nothing is more satisfying to a teacher than an excellent student. The simulation is over. You are dismissed. Alright, so let's save that. A good starship captain never loses his cool. One must always remain in control of one's emotions. This is more often than not an indication of a good starship captain. Yeah, look at that. 100 GPA. So, got through your first mission? Yes, it's quite an experience. You feel like you're really piloting a starship. That's the idea. So, what's it like to have the best first officer at the academy? I don't know yet. I'll have to meet him first. Very funny. I like this guy. This guy's like a Falco type. Speaking of Star Fox 64. Yeah, the film verse, basically, yeah. All those original series movies is kind of the vibe this gives off. What do you want? Just a little talk. Your name is Ken, isn't it? Well, okay. Your name is Ken. Yes, my name is Ken Elliott. If that is all, I would like to be left alone now. Good day. What can I do for you? Just stop by to say hello. What are you up to? I'm observing. I find human social interaction most interesting. Hello. It was a pleasure to serve with you. The pleasure was all mine, Miss McGee. My father warned me about human flattery. Hi, sir. Now that the first mission is complete, things will probably get much more difficult. Keep a positive attitude, Robin. If we work together, anything can be accomplished. I'll try, sir. There's some pool. I guess we'll practice. Whoops. Kinda. Oh, well, there we go. Stuck it pool. Barrel shoot. Okay, the button that was shooting before is like not shooting anymore. I don't know if I like don't have enough room to do it or what. Alright, whatever. Forget the pool. I'm no good at it. Red collars are totally Wrath of Khan uniforms for sure. And the golden ones for lower rank. Alright, so we go to here. And so this version of the game, weirdly, I think it doesn't have a battery backup save, so you're just supposed to rely on perhaps they are in class. Yeah, passwords, but we've got save states. Do you have anything new to learn here? No. Alright. Yeah, passwords. Playing pool was the most important event in Picard's life. Billiards or whatever. That's when he had his injury that like stopped his heart or whatever. Good morning, cadets. 3 weeks ago, Starfleet lost contact with the USS Kitty Hawk. The Kitty Hawk was in unexplored space at the time of its last communication. Our mission is to find the Kitty Hawk and then return to Starbase 14. The Kitty Hawk was last seen in Sector 1522. You should start your search there. Once again, you will be in command of the USS Banty. Good luck, cadets. What type of vessel was the Kitty Hawk? The Kitty Hawk is a Miranda-class light cruiser. Is anything known about these sectors? Not much. There is some evidence of inhabited civilizations. You can count on us, sir. Let's hope so, cadet. Yeah, he got stabbed. Alright. So... Our orders are to proceed to Sector 1522. From there we are to locate the USS Kitty Hawk. After completion of our mission, we are to return to Starbase 14. So, in the Super Nintendo version of this, it was like kind of annoying about making us memorize these sector numbers, but I think this version smooths that over a little bit. Like, I think they're a little better about like giving things names. So it's not like, oh, you forgot this decimal number, so now you can't complete the mission. Alright, so we should proceed to Sector 1522. Then again, it's not really naming them here. But we do have, you know, two different sources telling us to go there. Captain, the Starfleet message buoy is close to the planet. We should go to close range and tractor it into our hold. And so we're in unexplored space. I think that's good enough excuse to go to yellow alert. Alright, response. Your sensor sweep. Yeah. Tractor to our hold. Okay, so we need to go to at least short range radar. No. About medium range. Was that the planet or the object? Oh, there's... Okay, short-range sensors reveal signs of heavy orbital bombardment with nuclear weapons. The planet's atmosphere appears to have been burned away in the atomic fire. Damn. Okay, yeah, so that's the planet. Looks pretty rough. Yeah, and there's the message buoy. What else if we scan now? Is there anything else? No. Alright. Okay, we don't want to crash into this. Alright, so let's tractor beam it. Now in our hold. Right, this was what was like causing all the problems, is they like mentioned 1622 here, and then like never again. Right, I am decoding the buoy. The Kitty Hawk's communication circuits were damaged in an ion storm. They decided to go on with the mission and have headed to Sector 1622. Nothing on sensors. Yeah, okay, so it still happens. That's kind of I don't appreciate the game doing that, but we'll just know to watch out for that, I guess. Oh, there's an English localization of Stellar Assault for Saturn. That'd be a cool thing to check out. Maybe I'll check that out next week. Or actually, maybe even on Sunday. Or no, because I got something else in mind for tomorrow, actually. Sensors read massive amounts of debris. There was a battle here between two space fleets. The computer cannot identify any of the ships involved from this wreckage. There is a Federation message buoy among the remains. Captain, the Starfleet message buoy is mixed in with some debris. We should go to close range and tractor it into our hold. And there's no one to hail, right? Response, yeah. I remember this mission is just a lot of just picking up message buoys. Alright, grab it. Alright, tractor beams locked on message buoy. I have placed it in our hold, Captain. I am decoding the message buoy. The Kitty Hawk came upon the same debris as we did, then moved to Sector 1621. Perhaps we should proceed with our mission. Like, if you're gonna be a useless ass, just like try to remember these numbers for me, will you? Fucking Vulcans, man. Alright. So 1621. Eh. Tail. Hecate Captain on screen. Alright. This is the USS Banting of the United Federation of Planets. Please identify yourselves. We are the Hecate. I guess I should have done a sensor sweep first, but this is our space. You should leave at once. There are many enemies about. Captain, Starfleet message buoy is mixed in with some debris. You should go to close range and tractor it into our hold. Alright. Perhaps we should perform a sensor sweep. What's going on with rendering there? You know, it's just very low resolution. Sensors indicate that there is the wreckage of a Federation light cruiser up ahead. No signs of life forms or escape pods. There is a message buoy near the debris. A lot of message buoys. Right, so this is like an early test, you know, see if you get Star Trek. Because, I mean, you see the debris and you're like, you might think, oh, this other ship blew up the Kitty Hawk. But that is not the case. If you attack them, I bet you get a failing grade. Oh, the dialogue boxes look wrong. It's because the Genesis can't do, or at least it's like very hard. You know, it can only do it under certain circumstances. Translucency. So games would fake it using like dithering or stippling effects. So it's like on a CRT screen, that would sort of, those vertical lines would sort of like mesh together and it would look translucent. And you know, I wanted to get a CRT filter that would like show that, but I couldn't manage to find one that worked. All right, so we're gonna tractor beam. The Kitty Hawk was attacked by a vessel. They succeeded in destroying the alien craft, but the Kitty Hawk suffered a hit to her engines which caused the antimatter containment field to collapse and explode. The crew managed to make it into the escape pods and are heading towards Sector 1721. Perhaps we should... Alright, picking up only debris, Captain. Alright, 1721. CRT grill would probably help make edges and contrast more apparent too. Oh god, we're being shot. We're being jammed, sir. Alright. So, red alert. Tactical on. And then we want sensor sweep. Check the escape pod. We recover the escape pod, Captain. We'll do combat mode. Well, which one is the enemy? Man, these guys are... Can't see these guys. Let's try short range radar. Oh, there we go. Actually, so we can like go to engineering and like Oh, this is like repair priority, I see. I think we've lost photon torpedoes. Must have been damaged. Oh, did they kill us? Oh wow, the combat is like way harder in this. During the course of your mission, your ship was lost. That is an automatic failing grade. Damn. You're usually grade on a curve, but with a big fat zero like yours, it's more like grading on a cliff. Simulation is over. You are dismissed. Holy shit. Alright, well, let's try that again. Sort of speed run this. Where are we going? 1522. Beaming's below and no lollipops on the radar. Can you hail the enemy ship? I tried and it said I was jammed. So yo alert. Range. Guess we should do medium range. Alright. And yeah, I sort of got lost in the game there for a bit, so I might have missed a couple things in chat. I guess we got time. So then just look back. And yeah, this game did not come out on PC. It's only on Super Nintendo and 32X. But they made a remake or reimagining of it for PC like several years later. Alright, 1622. Yeah, you don't have to be a dick about it. I did not find the combat mode radar to be very helpful. Do a sensor sweep. Alright. And Alright, so if it's like a square, it should be like on the screen, right? Once we're in range, I would think. So let's try short range. There it is. So I wonder if I just got lucky when I did the Super Nintendo version, or if that version is just like much easier than this one in terms of combat. Alright, 1621. Alright, so if I do a sensor sweep here, message voice, so they don't even mention the ship. Comrades should be more careful. We detected wreckage from our enemy here. Life support pods might make it to Jacques Walt in Sector 1720, but there are many enemies there. His radar is it's a little weird. Yeah, it's kind of surprising that they didn't make more games like this. Although, I mean, they made a few. Alright, so... factor it in. 1721. So those aliens tell us to go to 1720, but going there is probably a mistake. Due for a new bridge commander. Right, so we're being jammed now, right? Yeah. So let's go red alert, tactical on, and let's try to do a little better this time. Alright, we got them. There they go. No longer being jammed, so... Ooh, the Kitty Hawk says they're happy to see us, sir. Sensor sweep detects an escape pod. We recover the escape pod, Captain. We can go back down. Thank you, Kitsune. Bomb the Vulcans, those stone-faced nerds annoy me. Well, this Sturek, he really rubs me the wrong way. The way he's just so unhelpful. Like, screw that guy. But yeah, did I go back down to yellow alert? Or are we we're on red alert? Yeah, let's go to yellow. And then medium range. But yeah, I always wish they would make a sort of Mass Effect style RPG out of Star Trek, you know, maybe with... I mean, obviously, if they're going to spend a bunch of money on doing that, it would have a lot of action in it, but, you know, a lot of Star Trek stuff has a lot of action anyway, but then, you know, it could also have the sort of ethical dilemmas and, like, interesting sci-fi concepts that Star Trek, you know, does at its best. Let's go to short range. Alright, there it is. Yeah, we are getting a game based on the Expanse, although I heard it had, like, weird or bad dialogue and voice acting. So hopefully they can clean that up before they release. Tractor beams locked. pod is now in our hold. The crew of the Kitty Hawk expresses deep thanks for the successful rescue mission. Alright. Perhaps you should examine your current orders, sir. Nothing on sensors. Alright. Return to Starbase 14. Now let's go. So you're making a game that is sort of like this. Well, good luck with it. Alright, we can go to... Hopefully... kind of have to cycle through red alert, so hopefully it doesn't ding me for, like, cycling through it. I guess it didn't really matter, but... Communications... We have Starbase 14 on screen. Mission accomplished, Starbase 14. Report to debriefing. Congratulations, you followed the trail and rescued the crew of the Kitty Hawk. You received a perfect 100. Nothing is more gratifying to a teacher than an excellent student. And they should probably not play the alarms until you exit that menu. Because it makes it seem like, oh, I went into red alert, but I didn't. You don't actually until you leave the menu. The simulation is over. You are dismissed. Alright. Doing better than last time, I think. Space is very big. You want to keep a close eye on your long-range sensors, and don't forget to consult your science officer for advice of sensor or sensor scans. It can be crucial for your mission success. A lot of game designers in chat, which is interesting. Alright, we got... Oh, look at that. Everyone's here. Hi, what can I get you? How about a mint tea? 1 mint tea coming up. Are you ready for an evening of entertainment? I've got to study. If you change your mind, come back. You might enjoy yourself. I want to be alone. Sure, Ken. If you ever feel like talking, I'll be around. Thank you for respecting my privacy. Welcome, Captain. I trust you found no fault with my actions. I actually did find some fault with your actions. I feel like you weren't really doing your job to the full extent. But no, okay. You were flawless, Sturek. You look tired. I feel fine. Do humans ever express their true feelings? You know, sir, I have a bad feeling about our next mission. I don't, Robin. Getting nervous about the next mission only makes things worse. Yeah, I guess I should say developers. The Voyager game, the one that came out recently, where it's sort of like in the Oregon Trail genre, is what I'd call those. Alright. I think just coming in here advances to the next day. Alright, we got any new advice from our prof? No. And everybody's in class. Alright. So let's save. And then... May I have your attention, cadets? Your third simulator mission will involve the rescue of the freighter Moray. It is under attack from Venturi renegades near the Aridanes system. You are the only starship near the sector that has any chance of rescuing it. How many Venturi ships are involved? 1, possibly 2 ships. Long-range sensor readings are sketchy at this point. How well armed is the Moray? The Moray is armed with 2 Type 4 phaser arrays. It might hold off the Venturi for a while, but it's no match for them. I think somebody in the comments mentioned that like Type 4 phasers are like ridiculously powerful for a freighter to have. Alright, so orders. We are to proceed to the Eridanese system and rescue the freighter Moray, which is under attack by Venturi ships. Alright. Computer records might be helpful. Oh yeah, I've been forgetting to check these out. Alright, so Eridanese. This Federation system consists of 5 planets. The second planet is Class K and has a pressure dome-based mining colony. Kaizella Outpost. This station operates as a trading facility for the Eridanese mining colony and is equipped with Starship repair facilities for the local trade routes. Moray, a privately owned Federation-registered freighter. Maximum speed is Warp 4. It is equipped with limited defensive capability. Okay, Venturi. A mercantile race. Some Venturi have turned to acts of terror to support their failing finances. Actinides? I don't know. I guess actinides. Radioactive compounds often found in uranium ore. These compounds can interfere with ship sensors. Uranium, extremely strong metallic alloy commonly used in Starship construction. So yeah, we should probably always check the computer here because it's probably going to come, you know, have some sort of stuff that might serve as hints for the mission. Alright. So, wait, what are our orders? Here to proceed, yeah. Eridanese system. Help them with the Moray, or help the Moray. How do you make phasers feel cool? I mean, I don't know, it's juice. You gotta, alright, let's do a sensor sweep. The nearest asteroids have a high content of actinide compounds, which are interfering with the sensor scans. We should investigate this incident further. Alright, so let's hail. Moray Freighter, this is the USS Banting. We understand you were under attack by Venturi ships. Can we be of assistance? Banting, thank you for answering our distress signal. The Venturi have retreated. It is strange. We were beaten, shields down, sensors blinded, and then they fled to deep space. I think the, like, you know, images of the other people are bigger too, although I wish these dialogue boxes, I wish they'd put them on the bottom so we could see the full thing. We have completed adequate repairs so that we can proceed to Kaizella to complete our delivery. Understood, Moray. We will stay in the area to make sure the sector is clear of further Venturi interference. Banting out. Alright, so we can't scan. So yeah, what ended up happening last time was we had to like, medium range. Basically we had to find another ship. They're too close together now, so let's do short range. Bunch of stuff here. If we're in condition green, let's go to yellow alert. A lot of stuff on radar. Oh yeah. New modding is very good for juice. Like, there's something about, like, the decorate format, which I really like, which is the way that like they sort of, everything is expressed in terms of animation frames, which is like, I don't know, it's really good for I don't know, sort of getting, it's just a really good way to express I don't even know how to describe this, but like it's a good way to think about how to make every animation feel good. Every action that an enemy takes or that a weapon performs. I am like not able to find any of these. I guess. So hopefully I'm not like wasting a bunch of time here. I don't think anything's on a timer. I think it's based on like when you warp. 'Cause I am like getting lost with this radar here. Am I like okay, I'm going away from these. That's the problem. Yeah, I think this is like a top-down view is what this is supposed to be. But yeah, what I'm supposed to do is just like, we're supposed to get attacked by a Venturi ship here. But yeah, all the reason these games did this, have like most of the screen be not the game is because it was always with 3D games that would do this. All right, down. Like, is the ship still? No response. All right. Alright, there's a rock. The nearby asteroids have a high content of actinide. Alright. Another rock. Another rock. Maybe the red? No. Well, I could blow stuff up. Maybe that's what triggered it before. Blow up all these rocks. Blow up these rocks, and that sort of spooked the Venturis last time, maybe. I don't know what we did to get attacked before. But, I guess if we blow up all these rocks, if there's something else on sensors, we'll be able to, like, see it. I don't know if we have limited photon torpedoes. So let's do long range and see if we get anything here. No? Huh. Investigate this. So yeah, well, I don't know. Because like when we successfully did this in the Super Nintendo version, we just sort of got attacked. We went near one of the asteroids and we got attacked by a Venturi ship. Um, But there's nothing here, even on long-range sensors, so... Or you know what? Maybe that doesn't matter. We just need to do a sensor sweep, right? Yeah. Okay, so that was... We did get... I do remember us getting attacked in the sector with the Moray, but, I don't know. That didn't happen this time, but it's fine, because the actual solution, we need to come here and scan the Moray. Captain, sensors indicate an antimatter explosive charge secured on the freighter's hull. It has a proximity fuse that will cause it to explode when it docks with Kaizella Outpost. Contact the Moray immediately! Yes, sir. A demolitions team is on the way. Alright. So... Hail. Venturi ship refuses our hail. Alright, so there's a Venturi... Yeah. But yeah, I sort of lost my train of thought before, but like... Alright, is that the Venturi ship? I assume it is. Red alert. Let's back up so you can see them. Oh. Put on tactical, I guess. Alright, got him. Kaizella Station report, everything is fine. It would appear that our mission is over. This will show nothing unusual, Captain. Alright, so... Condition green. Even though the alarm's going off. And let's go back to Starbase 11. How much of the screen is wasted? So here's the thing, it's not wasted. The thing is, they make the screen so small because in order to render this, like, you know, 3D stuff at a acceptable frame rate, they shrink it as much as possible. Fail them. We have Starbase 14 on screen. Like, that's why they did this. That's why they had these enormous HUDs. It's so that they could, you know, they didn't have to render as much at once. Alright, mission accomplished. Starbase 14. Report to debriefing. Congratulations, you discovered the Venturi's explosive device that was planted on the hull of the Moray. The Venturi planned to destroy Kaizella Station with the unsuspecting freighter. Good job on correctly interpreting the clues. You received a perfect 100. Nothing is more gratifying to a teacher than an excellent student. I mean, and I guess considering this guy just can't wait to give us a sick burn whenever we fail, that's like, you know, it makes it even better when we get praised by him, right? The simulation is over. You are dismissed. And yeah, it's even more of a thing with the 32X. The sort of, you know, screen situation, because, you know, the 32X is sort of like, it's a really weird, it's a very weird system, because you could have the Genesis doing one thing, usually the background, so in this case it'd be, you know, the foreground with these sprites, and then the 32X would be doing something else. And so, optimal, efficiency would be to have both the Genesis and the 32X, working as hard as they can at the same time. Alright, so far we're like a perfect straight A student. Many people think that these simulations are always combat. If you go into a situation which requires diplomacy and you expect to fight, you won't get very far in Starfleet. We try to give you a lot of combat training, but also want you to consider multiple solutions. Diplomacy must come first. Use combat only when there is no other option. Alright. I have some Arcturan root water if you'd like to try something new. Another mint tea, Jones. Wow, this guy is boring. Genesis is forbidden. How's it going, Cap? Cap? I'll have to come up with a more embarrassing nickname for you. Yeah, this guy's definitely a Falco type. What are you doing here? I wanted to talk about the mission. Unless I did something wrong, I would rather not discuss the past. I've always found it rather pointless. This guy's just stuck up. I did not expect the last simulation to be as challenging as it was. Starfleet Academy doesn't pull its punches. Another mission is over, and the forces of good triumph again. I suppose they did. Hi, sir. Was I good enough for you on that last simulation? You never speak up. I hardly ever notice you. I was gonna say, what does Brady even do? Really? I was worried I kept getting in the way. I guess we could look it up. Robin Brady. Oh no, Brady talks. He's like our, when we like tractor stuff in, he's the one who is like reporting on that. Alright. Alright. Everybody's in class. Oh yeah, the other thing about having the Genesis do static stuff like the background or whatever is that it's still limited to Genesis colors, which are very limited, like a lot less than what the Super Nintendo could do. Today's mission is scientific. You will be studying the Hanab protostar, which has some unusual radiation bursts. You are to proceed to the protostar and monitor the radiation levels. Return to Starbase 13 when you have the data. How dangerous are the radiation bursts? Your shields will not protect you. Keep a safe distance and listen to your science officer for radiation warnings. Is anything else unusual to the Hanab system? We have sent unmanned probes, and so far none have returned. They were probably damaged by the unusual radiation bursts, but be prepared for other possibilities. Right, just in case I didn't save. Brady is 135 pounds. That is pretty light. I guess height makes a big difference for that, right? Because I'm pretty tall. And so the last time I measured myself was, that was like 200 pounds, but I don't think I'm overweight. I'm just tall. Alright. What are our orders? We are to proceed to the Hanab protostar to investigate and monitor its unusual radiation bursts. Once completed, we will return to Starbase 13. 5'10". Is not a healthy PMI. Alright, so... Consult with Cadet McGee if you need our current orders. Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go to yellow alert before we jump. Hopefully that doesn't get a ding. Alright. Okay. We need to approach the protostar. Captain, I am picking up a high-energy subspace signal generated from near the protostar. That couldn't be a natural phenomena. What is it? As illogical as it seems, there appears to be some kind of ship caught in the gravitational field of the protostar. I am not sure how they could survive with that high of a radiation level, but the craft is attempting to send some kind of signal to the admin sector. I do not believe the signal can get through. This is extremely unusual, Captain. I suggest we investigate further. Alright, well, let's hail, I guess. The protostar is causing too much interference for communications. Huh. Let's try medium range. Huh. Radiation levels have just gone up 800%. Moving any closer could be fatal. Alright, let's back away here. So, I have detected the ship. It is caught in the gravitational field of the protostar. Our shields are not strong enough to protect us from the radiation. Alright, so... said they were, like, sending messages to somewhere else. So maybe if we go to, Ajman, we can, like, intercept their message. Let's try that. Or maybe we just have to go around the star. Alright, let's do a sensor sweep. I am scanning the vessel. There are 212 life forms aboard. The ship is armed with weapons similar to disruptors. It is warp capable using a matter-antimatter power system similar to Federation vessels. The hull is comprised of dentarium composites. Alright, forgot to check this. Alright, Hadnab Protostar. Recently charted Protostar in the Hanab system. Unmanned probes sent to Hanab have mysteriously vanished. Admin Sector, a star system in unexplored space. No detailed information is currently available. Alright. Perhaps we should try to hail the ship. So let's do that. Sure, the ship is returning our hail. On screen. Greetings, I am Tupac of the Hycombia Confederation. Alright, what do we got here? Wow, we can just be a dick for no reason. Or, greetings in the name of the United Federation of Planets. This is the Starship Banting. May we be of assistance? Thank you for your concern. We have lost a science ship that was studying the nearby protostar. We would be grateful for any help you can give. We are on a similar mission. We found your ship caught in the gravity well of the protostar. Unfortunately, because of the high level of radiation, we can't get close enough to rescue it. Crew should be dead, but we picked up a distress signal. The ship was outfitted with special shielding to withstand the radiation, but there is limited time before their energy reserves are depleted. If you could lead us back, we might be able to work together to rescue them. Alright. So, I guess we should return to the Hanab Protostar. Alright, yeah, so let's just go back. Good thing I checked the voluminous reference material. Alright, So, hail. This is the Banting to 2-pack of the Hycombium Confederation. Our ship cannot withstand the radiations of the protostar. Our ship has been equipped with a shielding system to withstand the radiation. Unfortunately, we will not have enough power to tow our science ship to safety. I believe we can boost your shields and follow you into the protostar. If your ship can tractor beam our ship out, we can protect you. Alright. So, we should be careful, Captain. I have detected the ship. Yep. I have detected the ship. It is caught in the gravitational field of the protostar. We should be safe to approach with the help of the Hycombia shields. Alright, so, now the only problem is we have to, like, okay, yeah, we'll, there it is. You can see it there next to the, I guess that's the protostar. Kind of looks like a planet to me, but I guess, you know, it's a blue star. Yeah, it looks similar to the other one. Alright, so we tractor it. We have the Hycombia ship in tow with our tractor beam. Alright. And head back out. And yeah, I really, like I said this in the last stream, you know, the Super Nintendo version, I really appreciate how this is, like, it's got, you know, adventure game elements. It's like, it's not just combat, which is like the least interesting thing about Star Trek to me. Sir, we have reached a safe distance to disengage the tractor beam. Alright, so let's do that. Sir, the Hycombia science ship has been disengaged from the tractor beam. The aliens express their deep thanks for our assistance. We have all of the science readings we need. I guess they just did that while I was concerning my, you know, we were concerning ourselves with the rescuing that ship. The ship is free of the protostar. During our rescue operation, I was able to perform some tests of the protostar's radiation field. I have some fascinating information compiled for later analysis. Okay, so I guess Sturek was doing his job. And we're good to go. So, let's head back. There's a 1988 Amiga game called Star Trek The Game. Let's position green. We have Starbase 14 on screen. Mission accomplished, Starbase 14. Report to debriefing. Congratulations! You not only rescued the alien ship, but also successfully initiated contact with a new race. Good job, cadets! You received a perfect 100. Nothing is more gratifying to a teacher than an excellent student. Didn't you say that already? The simulation is over. You are dismissed. He had like a bunch of different burns, like sick burns for when we failed. But when we succeed, he only has one thing to say. Alright, we're continuing to maintain our perfect GPA. The light cruiser is a general-purpose vessel introduced several years ago for survey and patrol work in unexplored space. You will find it to be a sturdier ship than the Oberth class you are flying in this first series. Alright, everybody's here. Hi, you want some punch? Oh, we all know what this is set up for. Only if I want to visit sickbay. You really got to tell Mr. Brady to keep his opinions to himself. Well, I guess not. It was not set up for him just saying, oh yeah, give me some tea. Some mint tea. So, what's new? Another day, another mission. Someday we'll look back on these missions fondly. Not today, but someday. What is it now? You aren't very friendly, Ken. You are very observant. Did you learn anything during the last mission? Never used tractor beams on protostars? I would have thought you would have learned that before now. Another mission is over. What do you think? You have to be careful. Non-combat missions can be tricky. Hi, sir. How's it going, Robin? Don't try Jones's punch. It's really the Starfleet poison-resistant test. Alright. And so this is all the same. Everybody's in class. Everybody has, you know, I think you'll find a mix of opinions on Star Citizen and Elite. Alright. Venturi renegades are using the Ingama Nebula to escape Federation patrols. They are using 3 special beacons to allow them to quickly navigate the nebula. We want you to enter the nebula and disable the beacons. How will we disable the beacons? Fly close to each beacon and fire on it. Will the Venturi be in the nebula? It is possible. You should be prepared if they are. Is the nebula dangerous? In a nebula, your sensors are ineffective and your shields are useless. I'd call that dangerous. Be careful. No problem, sir. I remember what it was like to be as young and confident as you are. Don't be overconfident. You'll make mistakes. Oh god, that could happen. You could just, like, come out of, you know, witch space into the cone of a neutron star. That's terrible. Alright, so... orders. We're to go to the Ingama Nebula and disable 3 Venturi navigation beacons. I wonder if the nebula will, like, look different. The nebulas will be difficult to navigate. Sensors show nothing unusual, Captain. Alright, we gotta read what the computer has to say. Ingama Nebula. The Ingama Nebula is Class 4. The nebula is composed of ionized gas, which renders sensors and shields non-functional. Which that's gonna be rough, finding stuff without... I mean, well, maybe they don't mean the radar when they say sensors. Alright, we know about the Venturi. Rebirth class. Small Federation starship used for scientific missions. The class was named after 20th century German rocket pioneer Hermann Oberth. Navigation beacon. These devices are small, fixed-orbit satellites that are used to assist in starship navigation in difficult or dangerous areas. Alright, that's everything. Yeah. Alright. There's the nebula. Oh yeah, it does look different. Full response. Let's just go to yellow alert. The beacons must triangulate the correct course. For their signals to be properly synchronized, they must be close to each other. Alright. Sensors show nothing unusual, Captain. Alright, well, we do see something. Short range. For the first time you played Elite Dangerous, you turned on free flight mode or like the alternate controls. So, like a bunch of stuff here. Well, there's a beacon. Oh god, my eyes. Yeah, this is kind of rough, especially without the, you know, something to maintain the illusion. Alright, well there's... I assume that's the beacon. That's probably what we're looking for, so... Blow it up! Beacon 3 has been destroyed. Alright, so that's an asteroid. There's a beacon. Yeah, I do want to try to get that, find a CRT filter. So, beacon 1 has been destroyed. I wonder if the photon torpedoes are limited. I don't know if they are. But I suspect they might be. Alright, there it is. That's really all there is to it? Like, we have to get attacked before the end of this, right? Beacon 2 has been destroyed. All the beacons have been destroyed. Let's go home. Alright, well, that was easy. Go ahead and slap the, Well, okay, hold on. Let's go back down to yellow alert before we leave. Because they're going to ding our score if we don't. Oh, we'll just go to green. Fine. They ding us if we go in red alert next to a station, and I think we come out right next to the station. Alright. Bottom left corner. DOSBox staging has a nice accurate CRT filter / shader. Well, but this is a Sega 32X game. There is no DOS version of this game. Congratulations, you disabled every beacon as instructed. They must have expected it to be harder to navigate. You received a perfect 100. Nothing is more gratifying to a teacher than an excellent student. Simulation is over. You are dismissed. Yeah, that was like a super easy mission. Congratulations, you have been promoted to the sophomore class. Hell yeah. Still got a perfect GPA. Even though, despite our perfect GPA, our 100 GPA, we're still average. Alright. The Meneth test is a test of character. It forces you to make a critical decision in a crisis. Something you can't do. Sometimes you can't do everything you want to do. Sometimes you have to be content with little victories instead of big ones. Those who survive will certainly thank you. Class dismissed. Do you have, like, different things? No. Unless I have to, like, be in... Yeah. Alright. School year is 5 classes. Well, you know, I assume this is like, these are our exams, you know, there's like classes happening, there's like a whole semester happening off screen, and then like we just come in, you know, on the days of our exams. Hi, want some of my fruit punch to celebrate? I'm so happy I don't mind trying your experiment. If only more people had that attitude. But he's pretty pleased about passing there. We're going to fly a light cruiser. Yahoo! Keep it down, Jeff. Hey, enthusiasm is in the college genes. you look happy. We passed! Why shouldn't we celebrate? I prefer to celebrate small victories. Tomorrow's challenge will be greater. We're gonna... Yeah, I guess we're just like... We don't like, you know, get a few months off. We're just gonna go straight into the next grade. That is a little crazy. Next, you will be commanding a light cruiser. It will make the combat missions a little easier. It'll make the combat missions a little easier. I do not think we will ever find combat easy. So, we passed our initial series of missions. It's a relief. A big relief. I cannot disagree. Hi, sir. How's it going, Robin? I can't believe we passed that series. Maybe I was worrying too much. Alright. Everybody's class. Same thing. For this simulation, you will be flying the Excalibur, which is a light cruiser. We have an emergency. The primary star in the Metis system, which is a binary star system, is going to go nova in 13 hours. This will, of course, cause the secondary star to also go nova. Your orders are to go to the system and do what you can to evacuate the inhabitants. Get moving. How many inhabitants are there in the Metis system? Approximately 40,000. How many people can the Excalibur hold? Approximately 1,000 people. What if we can't rescue everyone? Who has priority? That decision is left to your discretion. Okay. Less than 6 hours to prime expansion. I have 4 messages coming in, audio only. I am Governor Hascom of Menace 2. Last week my wife gave birth to our only child. Now we learn that our child and everyone else here have only hours left. Save her, Captain. We await evacuation. I am Dr. Mondu, Chief of Menace Station. Captain, we have some of the most brilliant minds in history. We've cured diseases on 100 worlds. You can't let this Nova wipe us out. Save us, Captain. Everybody's gonna be like arguing why they should be the ones to be rescued. I am MTAT of the Naval of Menace 3. This colony is all that remains of our once great race. We are the proudest of peoples, but now I beg for our lives. Save our race, Captain. I am Amos Grant of the Free Merchant Freighter Volt. We were carrying the Prince of the Bounds back to his Bayons? I don't know. Back to his home world when we were stranded here. If he doesn't return home, his race will go to war. Billions of lives are at stake. We only have the time to save one of them, Captain. But damn. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. In our mission. Alright, so on orders. We are to go to the Menace system and evacuate the inhabitants before both its stars go nova. We should save one of the endangered locations. According to my calculations, we should be well outside the nova area. Start an open pitting process. Yeah, I don't believe in the no-win scenario. Is that sailboat projecting a screen space reflection? According to my calculations, we should be well outside of the nova area. The Menace, a binary system with 2 inhabited planets, Menace 2 and Menace 3, and 1 scientific research station, Menace Station. Menace 2, Class M Federation Colony. The colony is led by Dr. Fred Hascom. There are approximately 600 colonists. Class M Enval Colony. Last known sanctuary of the Enval race. There are approximately 30,000 colonists. Scientific research station specializing in the discovery of cures for diseases. It is one of the most important medical research stations in the Federation. Bolt. Bolt is a Class J cargo ship. It is currently commanded by Amos Grant. Amos Grant is wanted for several violations, most notable of which is smuggling. Alright, so forget about that guy. He's probably lying. A solar system that contains 2 stars. The smaller star generally orbits the larger because the stars are in such close proximity. If one were to go nova, the other would instantly follow. So I think I would go for Men in 3, but I don't know how we would like figure out which one. It'll probably just let us, you know, it's probably not timed is what I'm saying, so we can just figure out which one, which is which. But yeah, that's probably what we should do is prevent that race from going extinct. That's what I would do, and it's what I plan to do. So let's head there. Okay, all right, I see. 1,000 can fit. That's it. Needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. Yeah, exactly. Captain, according to my calculations, the primary star in the Menace system will go nova in approximately 6 hours. Alright. Logic does not suggest a course of action. The star's core has reached a critical point, Captain. According to my calculations, the resulting explosion will decimate everything in a one-sector radius. Alright. Stellar radiation is making further long-range communications impossible, Captain. Alright, yellow alert just in case radiation is a problem. I guess we just go to the planet? I think, is this the planet or is it a star? We must lower shields before transporting the colonists. Alright. Alright. I guess... Do I do tractor beam? There's nothing to lock on to, sir. Alright. We are transporting the Enval's population onto the Excalibur. It has been 6 hours since we began transporting the colonists. We have finished transporting 1,000 Enval citizens onto the Excalibur, Captain. I guess that's... I was going to say, like, we basically spent no time at all. What's going to take up all these 6 hours? Because it doesn't seem like travel time amounts to anything. But this is what we spent the time on. Captain, the star's core is very unstable. We should get to minimum safe distance as soon as possible. Boom. You were vaporized. Well, I guess I was supposed to warp out during that, but that happened like instantly. During the course of your mission, you failed to reach a safe distance from the Nova. This resulted in the loss of your ship and everyone aboard. That is an automatic failing grade. Usually grade on a curve, but with a big fat 0 like yours, it's more like grading on a cliff. Alright. Let's try that again. Take a lot less time. Right. Yeah. And a 3. Yeah. Spent all the time we spent here was just deliberating. Yeah, the Fed has decided to send a single non-transport vehicle to evacuate 3 planets under threat of being evaporated by a cosmic cataclysm. Alright, so... Okay, so... need to go right now. It should probably give you like, I don't know, 10 seconds. Like we had like like 1 or 2 seconds to escape this supernova. All right. According to my calculations, we should be well outside of the Nova area. We should save one of the endangered locations. I mean, we did. Alright. Congratulations, you did what you could and didn't try to do more than was possible. Every captain has to know his or her limitations. They probably should have made it so you could save, like, 2. That wasn't very, like, I don't know. The fact that it's just 1 kind of makes it a bit too simple. Like, being able to do 2 if you're efficient, I don't know, that would have made it more interesting. You received a perfect 100. Alright, it's the same thing he says every time. The key to combat in a light cruiser is not to overestimate your firepower. A light cruiser is no match for multiple targets or an enemy heavy cruiser. Use speed and strafing tactics. How do you use strafing tactics? You can't strafe. There's no strafing in this game. If you are overmatched, you should retreat, unless more lives will be lost by retreating than by remaining in position. Try this. What is it? They call it Arcturian Fizz. Trust me, you will like it. Space drifting. Yeah, Kirk would have made Spock build an anti-supernova beam. Yeah, I mean, shouldn't they have, like, I don't know, like a council or something of experts to decide on a course of action? I guess the whole point is that this is like a, you know, exam simulation, so the point is to put me on the spot. Maybe that's not what they would have done, you know, in real life. But this is a simulation designed to test us. So, how are you feeling, Captain? A little overwhelmed? You're always overwhelmed. You should try something else for a change. I'm not in a talking mood. I'd like to help if I can. It's not a problem, I just don't feel like talking. The last mission was fascinating, a test of character. I'm glad you think so. Nothing defines a culture more than its tests. Is that true? I don't know. I guess that could be true. I suppose we've learned about life-saving decisions today. I don't think any simulation can really prepare you for something like that. If you meant strafing in the A-10 Warthog sense, not the video game sense. Why do these people even hang out with each other? Because they're, you know, they're classmates, they're stuck together. That's the sort of mission that makes me glad I'm not trying for command. You should do what you're good at, Robin. But if you ever feel like stretching yourself, you should go for it. I got enough stretching when I crawl out of bed. Alright, not a bad one-liner there. Alright. The key to combat in a light cruiser... Oh yeah, that's the same thing. Alright. Everybody's in class. Huh. Yeah, don't bother calling anyone for help or bringing any disaster support. Attention, cadets. Several freighters on the Miraz passage have been mysteriously destroyed. You are ordered to travel to the Miraz sector and escort the freighter Nicholas to Alka. How were the other ships destroyed? In each case, their warp engine overloaded. There was no sign of external attack. Sensors indicated no signs of transporter activity, and there was no evidence of sabotage. Are there any ideas on what is causing the warp engines to overload? Only speculation at this point. One possibility is a subspace phenomenon causing destabilization of the engine core. Of course, it could be some kind of new weapon. If this is the case, you will have to investigate further. Alright, what do we got here? We are to proceed to the Miraz system and escort the freighter Nicholas to Alka. Consult our current orders if you have any questions about our mission. Alright. Based escort mission. Oh, computer, you're right, yeah. Alright, so sensor sweep, nothing unusual. Yeah, it's literally nothing to say. Nothing happens when I hit that, which is weird. Alright, Miraz. A Federation colony near unexplored space. This colony is agriculturally based and has a regular trade agreement with the nearby Alka colony. Federation Alka, a Federation colony near unexplored space. This colony specializes in ore processing and mining and has a regular trade agreement with the nearby Miraz colony. Trade route between the Miraz and Alka colonies. Nicholas, a privately owned Federation registered freighter. Maximum speed is warp 3. It has only limited defenses. The Nicholas is waiting for us. Status equals null. Yeah, I guess, space is a big place. So, I suppose, even if you have, like, as many ships as it seems like the Federation has, next to the size of the galaxy, that's still basically nothing. So, maybe it's not that ridiculous. So there's obviously some kind of weird, funny business is going on. Wait, what are we doing now? They're waiting for us? Guess we probably need to, like, find them. Okay, the Nicholas is ready for escort, Captain. She will follow us through warp to Alka. Everything is going well so far. The Nicholas reports no problems. What's this? The neutral zone? Scan. Entering Alka sector. Alright. Let's scan. Sensors show nothing unusual as Captain. Everything is going well so far. The Nicholas reports no problems. Well, Captain, the Nicholas has just exploded. Our sensors recorded a subspace signal that struck the freighter moments before her destruction. The signal originated in Sector 1521. Alright, so think that's plenty enough to justify yellow alert. Alright, what do we got here? I suggest we search this sector for any secret bases. I have picked up a large object in this sector. I suggest switching to long-range sensors. Alright. Do we? Yeah, we did. Alright. Long range it is. No response, sir. Alright, so no response to hails. Kind of hard to tell if that's in front of me or behind me. Let's see if it shows up on medium range. What's that? Is that a starbase? Oh, we have found the hidden Klingon base. We are being shot. They might want us to just run, but well, let's see. We can't just warp out if we have to. I think they're cloaked. What's going on there? Yeah, we should just get the hell out of here. We must return to Starbase to report the Klingon base. Yeah. Preliminary scans indicate that the Klingon base is equipped with an extensive subspace radio array. If this base is experimenting with a new long-range weapon, they are in violation of treaty. We must report this. So yeah, I think we just need to run for it. Mission green, tactical off. How are we doing here? We're doing fine. I guess we never lost shield. We just almost lost shields. 'Cause that's the bar on the left. Alright. Yeah. Alright. What to debriefing? Oh, are you kidding me? You were penalized because you used certain ship systems near a starbase. Never call a red alert or use tractor beams near a starbase without a good reason. So, I was thinking, like, what the hell? How are we supposed to get to the starbase without, you know, coming out of red alert? But I guess what you would do is, like, go to the sector next to the starbase, power, you know, go down to green, condition green, and then go to the starbase, which is, I don't know, it's silly, but I guess that's what you do. You received a very respectable 95. Keep up the good work. The simulation is over. You are dismissed. Alright, well, we ruined our perfect GPA with that. Are the Borg in this game? I don't know. We'll have to find out. Gotta remember to drop alert status when approaching starbase, even when being chased by Klingons. Drop alert as shields to the middle of battle and then warp away. Yeah. Didn't I do a mission where a freighter exploded randomly last time? Well, it wasn't like random. It had a bomb on it. It exploded when it docked on a station. Alright. The importance of teamwork cannot be overstated. A brilliant officer who cannot work with his crewmates is a liability, not an asset. Personality conflicts must be set aside for the common good. So yeah, these like lessons are definitely supposed to be like hints for the mission. It's coming up. Kind of annoying that I lost my perfect record to that. Got dinged. Kind of a dumb mechanic, if you ask me. Like, I get that they, you gotta have a reason for the different alert levels if you're gonna have alert levels as a mechanic, but I don't know. Make it so that, like, it takes power or something. It's silly. I heard you didn't like my latest fruit punch. It was interesting. Oh yeah, if the Klingons are attacking us, it's way before the Borg. But yeah, you warp to like somewhere near the station, but not on the station, I'm guessing is what you do. Alright. I'm bored. I want a heavy cruiser. We just got the light cruiser, Jeff. Yeah, but I always like the top of the line. So, are you satisfied with your progress? Or surviving? My father believed that survival was enough. I agreed. Your father? A very forgettable man. I would rather not talk about him. Greetings. Whose music do you prefer, Melvock or Garada? Garada. It was always remarkable that a Tellarite could compose such melodies. An interesting observation, you racist asshole. I think you're getting used to the light cruiser. I can't wait until we get to fly a Constitution class. Meanwhile, with talking to, Jeff, he's like, nah, we should be happy with the light cruiser. Hi, sir. Hi, Robin. I hope everything is going okay. There aren't any recent disasters. I guess we're overdue. This guy, I guess he's a pessimist. Alright. Yeah, I mean, I guess the way, like, they're trying to, like, make mechanics out of, like, Star Trek concepts, and, not all of them end up being that interesting in practice, but, like, I understand, like, where they were coming from. It's just that one's a little, it feels just kind of like boring busy work of, like, setting the alert level. Venturi renegades have attacked several sectors of Federation space. Your mission is to patrol the Zeta, Lambda, and Mu sectors. Mu. Travel to the Federation colony in each sector. When your presence is confirmed, proceed to the next sector. Finally, return to Starbase 9. How many Venturi are in the area? We believe there are 3 bands of renegades. Did we search for the Venturi base? You could search for months and never find it. Stay with the patrol. If attacked by the Venturi craft, can we engage them? You can defend yourselves if attacked, but see if you can negotiate with them first. Alright. Alright. So we gotta remember to check the computer. Zeta, a Federation colony specializing in manufactured goods. This colony has joined in a trading consortium with the Lambda and Mu colonies. Lambda, a Federation colony specializing in agriculture. This colony has joined in a trading consortium with the Zeta and Mu colonies. Venturi, yeah. Mu, a Federation colony specializing. Yeah, okay. Alright. So, proceed to our next destination. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. We are to patrol Zeta, Lambda, and Mu sectors for Venturi renegades. Guess we'll do it in the order they mentioned them. And yeah, this game, like, it looks and plays so good for like a, you know, 16-bit console space sim. Like, just give it what it is, it's kind of nuts. Alright, what do we got? Mr. Show. Nothing unusual, Captain. Must approach the planet so they can confirm our arrival on their sensors. Venturi Captain on screen, sir. Are you really prepared to listen to us, human? Federation is always prepared to listen, Captain. Our clan is usually peaceful, but when we are cheated, as we were by the traitors that are attacking, we will strike back. If the Federation will help us press our claims, we will stop these attacks. We will help uncover the truth. And let there be peace for a while. Alright. Let's go to the planet. Yeah, the pixel art is great, and like, you know, given the hardware it's running on, the 3D looks pretty good too. I do like how, yeah, everything's animated on the bridge. Received confirmation signal from Lambda. The planet reports no problems. I would advise you to try diplomacy. Alright, I guess we're done here. Alright. Zeta. Merchant vessel Hansen is under attack, sir. Alright, well, let's see. We must approach the planet so they confirm our arrival on their sensors. I don't know, I feel like there's more important things going on, Surik. Sensors show nothing unusual, Captain. Really? Planet reports no problems. Yellow alert. Kind of like, I don't know how you, is it always going to try to target the planet? Yeah, I guess, Yeah, they must have some kind of weird sci-fi waste disposal thing. Yeah, I don't like that, how it's sort of like, I mean, we're supposed to be patrolling. They said that a ship was under attack, but I don't actually see any fighting. So, I don't know. Receive confirmation signal from Zeta. Alright. Well, maybe that like whatever that attack was somewhere else? I don't know. I thought they said a ship was under attack. Nothing unusual. Alright, must approach the planet. Planet reports no problems. Weird. Well, I don't know about this one. Alright, receive confirmation signal from Mew. No problems. I wonder if the Venturi will listen to reason. Nothing unusual. Well, let's go back to Lambda. Because that's where we were able to talk to the Venturi. Planet reports no problems. Alright, well I guess there's not really anything we can do but just go back. That's weird. Everyone's just talking about, you know, what they do with the poop on the Enterprise. We proceed to our next destination. Did we not do all the destinations? I thought we did. Well, if I miss something, I guess I'll just have to do the mission again. Let's see. During the mission, you found a peaceful solution. Well done. That's what we like to see at Starfleet Academy. I wonder if we got those messages out of order. Like we were supposed to get the message about the, you know, ship being under attack, before, you know, we talked them down. Because I just... like, the very first thing I did was hit hail, and we talked to the Venturi guy. So, yeah, I think that we had some scripting weirdness there. Yeah, during the mission you found a peaceful solution. Well done, that's what we like to see at Starfleet Academy. You received a perfect 100. Nothing is more satisfying, or gratifying, to a teacher than an excellent student. Starfleet's relationship with the citizens of the Federation can be a source of controversy. I know it's not always easy, but when you wear that uniform, you represent the Federation, so set a good example. Eh. Have some orange root water on the house. Too busy to talk. There were a lot of unhappy Venturi cruisers in that last mission. At least we didn't deal with all of them at once. I feel like I don't know, seemed like they were fine. The Venturi are unpleasant to deal with. Gosh, Ken, all races have their good and bad points. I suspect that as our ability increases, so will the number of combat missions we'll encounter. There were a lot of potentially hostile ships in that last mission. I think we can expect a lot more before we graduate. I'm sorry for not being more help in the last mission. You did fine, Robin. Alright. We need a mission with 2 Vix. I think this was pre-2 Vix, unfortunately. Oh god, yeah. This is a simple mission. Go to the planet Newton 2. Deliver Dr. Hungy. Dr. Hungy. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but that's a name, I suppose. Prominent astrophysicist to the Hawking Conference, then return to Starbase 7. Has there been any trouble in the Newton system lately? Everything has been quiet there. Has anyone threatened the conference? No one has threatened the conference. Sounds too easy. Perhaps it is. Perhaps it isn't. You'll find out. Alright, what are we doing here? The computer, Newton 2, a Federation Academic Center. It is the host planet of the Hawking Conference. It has an estimated population of 500,000, which grows to over 1 million when the Hawking Conference is taking place. Damn, that's quite a conference. Hawking Conference, an astrophysics conference held on Newton 2 once every 4 years. It attracts some of the most prestigious astrophysicists in the Federation. Venturi. Uh-oh. Harry Mudd. An interstellar rogue with extensive criminal record, which includes smuggling, transport of stolen goods, and purchasing a spacecraft with counterfeit currency. Currently in exile on the planet Mudd. Well, this guy is always trouble. So we should proceed to Newton 2. We are to deliver a scientist to the Hawking Conference on Newton 2. I wonder if there's like Easter eggs in this game, like if you go to like some random place, you know, on the map. Right. To show nothing unusual. Mr. Mudd is beyond my ability. Mr. Mudd is beyond my ability to comprehend. The Venturi captain is answering our hail, sir. We will destroy the freighter and the garbage that is aboard it. Stand aside! Venturi, Starfleet cannot stand aside and permit this action. Withdraw at once. The Venturi have cut communications, sir. No response, sir. Alright, well. Red alert. Distress call from the independent freighter Stella. Blast it! Where is Kirk when you need him? I'm under attack from Venturi ruffians. Villains, somebody help me! I don't remember what Mudd sounded like. I think that's the Venturi ship there. Venturi ship is starting to attack us. Right, yeah, that was them. No response. Maybe if we like damage them enough, they'll no, that's not them. It's Mud's ship. Maybe we can get them to surrender. No response. Are they running? They shoot me again, I'm killing them. Signal from the freighter. This is Harcourt Fenton Mudd of the independent freighter Stella. It's about time you saved me. Now if you would graciously tow my ship to Makra, I'd be quite grateful and very wealthy, I might add. What business did you have with the Venturi? Communications damaged. Cannot respond. Thank you for agreeing to tow me. Alright, we go edition green. Now if only this freighter would explode. I guess we're gonna tow him. Did you get closer? Alright. Kinda hard to tell like how close we are to things. The independent freighter Stella is now in tow, Captain. Alright. So I assume that is planet. In order to turn off your tractor beam before you get to Starbase or they'll complain again. Hard to tell what we're even going towards there. Well, Dr. Huggy has been transported to the convention, sir. I think Mud just died. I don't know if they're gonna like that. Response. Well, it can't be helped, I guess. Was I supposed to go to Makra? Was that what I was supposed to do? You failed to help a Federation freighter in distress. You were penalized heavily for that. Passing is 70. You received a 30. Need I say more? The simulation is over. You are dismissed. Alright, I guess you probably wanted me to take him to Makra, so in which case I guess what I would do is take the guy to the station, then pick up Mud. Yeah. So, do that. Mud ship collide with mine for momentum? I don't think so. I think it like went. I think it basically I unloaded it into the station. So, like it appears in front of you when you turn off the. All right. So yeah, we just have to kill these guys. No choice. I think those are the Venturi there. Yeah. Right. Did Mud just die again? No. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go to the station. Drop the guy off, then I'll pick up Mud. I should probably put on medium range radar. Alright, now we go back to Mud. Yeah, this is definitely the best 32X game that I have played so far, which is, you know, that's not really saying much, I know. I'm not a fan of Knuckles Chaotix. Like, really big, empty levels that are just, I don't know, that are not fun to go through. So we still need to have medium range radar on. Where are you, Mud? Yeah, so all the models look different in this version compared to the Super Nintendo version. I mean, for one thing, they have textures, but they're just like completely different models. And, Alright, Stella is in tow. I think he wants to go to Makra. Free space tomorrow night. Yes, it is. I will be doing free space tomorrow, which okay, the Venturi captain will speak to us. Mud stole sacred Venturi artifacts from our world. Return the artifacts and him to us at once, and we will let you live. Okay, we'll return the artifacts, but Mud must stay here. Very well, we shall seek justice later. Guy just keeps... like, he can't keep getting away with it. Hey, thank you, John Griffin. Alright. The Venturi ship is leaving, Captain. We must protect Federation citizens, even this asshole. Alright, there's the planet. Hopefully they'll, like, stay when it's safe to release the freighter. Huh. I mean, how long was your ice cream run? Like, that seems like a lot. Not gonna lie. Three-quarters of a mile? That is a... I'm sure they're fine. Alright, so I almost want to, like, save state. Because I'm afraid that I'm gonna, like, release the freighter and then it'll just explode. They need to be towed to the planet. Okay, well, where are they right now? Yeah, this is what I was worried about. I'm gonna load my state there. Do I need to go closer? Of course, if I get too close, it'll say, like, oh, you collided with the planet. Alright, there we go. The independent freighter Stella is now capable of docking. Thank you for your assistance. You have earned the eternal gratitude of Harry Mudd. I'll never forget how you heroically, single-handedly... We're overwhelmed. Alright. Nothing to lock onto, sir. Alright. So I think we're good to go. Yeah, well, I'd like to go back to doing the big videos eventually, but it's just, I don't know. I'm just not able to do them right now. It's... So, you know, what I'm going to do is, you know, I'll make a shorter video for Wing 3, probably. Well, yeah. We'll see what happens with that, but if I do make a shorter video for Wing 3, that doesn't mean, you know, that doesn't preclude me from making... Alert, I'm in condition green. Alright, good. It doesn't preclude me from, you know, making a big one for it later. Alright, we're ready to go. Even under military and diplomatic pressure, you succeeded in completing your mission. Well done. You received a perfect 100. Nothing is... Yeah. Alright. We've heard it all before. Still average. What is even the point of the Academy ranking? I mean, maybe you don't get an actual ranking until the game is, like, finished? I don't know. Simulations often have hidden goals. Always explore all the possibilities thoroughly. So you did a mud simulation? Yeah. Ever met the guy? No, but Jim Kirk has. I understand he'll be visiting the Academy near the end of the term. Why not multiple short videos for bigger games? Yeah. I suppose I could. That's somebody else mentioned that in the comments. Yeah, that's a possibility, I suppose. Sort of, you know, multi-part, like they used to do. Mix it up, yeah. That Mud was quite an operator, wasn't he? That's one way of looking at it. Guys like Mud really make me mad. Why? They don't care about anything except profit, just like my... Like who? I'd rather not mention it. I shouldn't have said anything. There are times when I find myself puzzled by human behavior. Mud isn't an example of the best of humanity. Actually, I thought that Mr. Mud showed a refreshing amount of self-honesty. I understand that Mr. Mud is an actual Federation citizen. Yes, I heard something about him allowing his case... I heard something about him allowing his case history to be used in Academy simulations as part of his rehabilitation. I was gonna say, did they get his permission to use him in a simulation like this? And I guess they did. He is human, isn't he? He's not an Andorian, I hope. Every species has its share of embarrassments. Stealing religious artifacts is really low. Unfortunately, even Starfleet has to deal with criminals. Right, already read that. Raising class. Well, see, they've moved past racism to, like, speciesism. Humanity is united, but, you know, you can't say the same for alien races. We have encountered the Koth, an alien race. They wish to meet with the Federation ambassador. We will transport the ambassador to the Yanis sector. The Romulans have also encountered the Koth and will be sending their own ambassador to the meeting, so be careful. How should we handle the Koth? We will not deal with the Koth. The ambassador is to handle all contact. What can we expect from the Romulans? The Romulans might be harmless, or they could cause a lot of trouble. Don't drop your guard, but don't act without provocation. Alright, gotta deal with Romulans now. Alright, computer. Koth, a newly discovered alien race. There is currently nothing known about them. Romulans, a warrior race from the planets Romulus and Remus. They are passionate and aggressive, but also highly honorable. Report to the Yanis sector. Right, orders are to go to the Yanis sector and deliver an ambassador to meet with the Koth. Whoa. Entering Yanis sector. Perhaps you should re-examine your current orders, sir. Hoth ship is in this sector. Response. Message from the Koth. The meeting has been changed to the Galta sector. Isn't that bastard Fox? Set course for Galta, Captain. That's an order. This guy outrank us? Well, whatever. We'll go to Galta. Hold on. Actually, let's consult Sturek here. It would not hurt to scan this sector. Koth ship is in this sector. Well, no response. All right. We'll follow orders. Human, there is no escape. Uh-oh. It appears the Romulans don't want us to meet the Koth. No sign of the Koth. Alright. No response. Yeah, they got a cloak, but it's not perfect. It just sort of makes them black, so we can still see them. Take them out. Alright, got a condition green. No sign of the Koth. Well, now what? Nothing here. Go back to Yanis, I guess. In the Yanis sector. The Koth ship is still there. Response. Message from the Koth. The meeting has been changed to the Galta sector. I don't think we'll fall for that one again. Stay here, Captain. Alright, well, we'll just stick around. Koth ship is in this sector. Not hurt to scan. Well, I mean, all you can tell me is that the Koth ship is here. There's multiple ships here. Is one of them a Romulan? I assume the green one is the Romulans. I don't know what that is. Response. That looks like a Federation ship. I don't want to get too close. green ship is the Koth. The Koth and the Romulans greet us, Captain. The Koth wish to know the reason for the delay. I don't know. I mean, definitely don't want to let the Romulans, like, explain for us. I guess I'm just gonna tell them the truth. Well, the Romulans attempted to destroy our ship, because they did. The Koth are offended by our accusation, Captain. They demand that we leave immediately. Damn. Alright. Well, that probably failed us the mission. I mean, it's the truth. That's what happened. Failed to deliver the ambassador. That's an automatic failure. 0. Flunk. Summer school. 5th year. One-way bus ticket to Mercury. Damn. Congratulations, you were promoted to the junior class. Alright, well, let's try that again. This game seems a lot like, you know, you just sort of do the mission once and, like, figure out what they want from you and then do it right. You know, play it again and do it right this time. You just kind of, like, have to know ahead of time what they want out of you. Alright, I mean, he says that's an order, so I'm just gonna follow orders. I assume that, like, I don't know, you'll get docked points if you just ignore the ambassador. Practical escape. For you... I just want to, like, get close enough that they'll sort of run away, sort of turn away from us, at which point we could just unload on them with impunity. Kind of like solve the AI in this game. Wing Commander Standoff? What is that? I'm not familiar with Wing Commander Standoff. Alright. Stay here. But then what do we say? I don't think letting the Romulans try to explain is a good idea, but maybe. I feel like they could just make up whatever they want. You know what, I'm just gonna save state in case one of them is like the wrong answer. I mean, if it's like you just get less points, whatever, I'll take it. But if saying, you know, one of those other two options just fails us again, like, that's dumb. I'm not gonna waste our time with that. An excellent fan game, basically Huh, so like a different fan game from Wing Commander, what's it called? Alright, Koth on the Romulans greet us. Koth wish you know the reason for the delay. I was just gonna say we had an unexpected diversion. Apology accepted. The ambassador has beamed over. Mission accomplished. Alright. Let's just head back. Oh, Saga? Yeah, I did Saga. I had a, streamed it and had a video for it and everything. You delivered the ambassador to the destination point. You succeeded in accomplishing your mission, even though there were those trying to stop you. Well done. Alright. Hey, thank you again, Griffin. Alright, and we've been promoted to the junior class. We're still average, despite having a 99 GPA. I wonder if we could, like, edge that over to 100 if we get enough. 100, back up to 100 if we get enough quick scores to, like, round it up. The art of combat is the art of threat analysis. As Sun Tzu said long ago, know your enemy and know yourself, and 1,000 victories will be yours. Right. Well, you know what? I think I still have a save state there. So I'll save state here. Hopefully I don't screw this up. Let's just see what happens here. The Romulans say they don't understand. The ambassador has beamed over. Mission accomplished. Alright, let's just see what it says. I'm curious too now. When you address the Koth, you should have apologized. You receive a small penalty for your lack of diplomacy. You received a very respectable 90. Keep up the good work. Okay, well, that's what happened. No wait, that's the wrong one. Oh, you know what? I think I know what happened here. No? Alright, I guess I thought I saved a state, but whatever. Alright. We'll just do this. Not gonna take very long. Was that the first time I got a score other than 0 or 100? I got like 95. Which is why I'm at like 99 GPA once. Because I, had red alert on when I warped away from like Klingons who were attacking me to the starbase. And they're like, you can't have red alert next to a starbase. How dare you? Alright. So junior class. Hi, how's it going? Not bad. Watch your back, cadet. It's practical joke season. Wonder what kind of hazing goes on at Starfleet Academy. So, you ready to command a heavy cruiser? It's only a simulation. But it's a simulation of the best ships in Starfleet! Except for those Excelsior-class ships, of course. I was thinking about today's mission. It must be difficult for humans to curb their emotions for the sake of a greater good. You're right, it isn't easy, but people don't become Starfleet captains because they're looking for an easy job. Oops. I dislike criticism of my fellow cadets, but Mr. Elliott's attitude annoys me. Not everyone is sociable, Vanda. Be patient with him, he might surprise you. I suppose you're as pleased as everyone else that we're moving to a larger ship. It's going to be a greater challenge. Making something that is weak become strong is always the greatest challenge. I hear we're getting a heavy cruiser on our next mission. Yes. I hope we don't destroy it. Alright. Why do they even let us come in there if no one's going to be there ever? Your cat fights doors? He doesn't like them when they're closed, right? Because he probably doesn't care about them when they're open. Oh, Wing Commander Standoff is what inspired the Wing Commander Saga team? Oh, so it is a different game. But yeah, we Star Trekking now. Look at this. This looks like a Star Trek ship. But yeah, oh yeah, I was gonna say, somebody said that, like, the 3D models in the Super Nintendo version are, like, higher poly and more accurate to the ones in the show. Which, like, I have no idea if that's true, but these ones look a lot better to me. So, I don't know. Maybe they're more, accurate in, like, some technical sense, but not in any real meaningful sense. Like, they sure don't look, they don't really give the illusion of looking like what they're supposed to be to me in the Super Nintendo version. Welcome, cadets, to Junior Year Simulator Training and your first mission on our Constitution-class Starship simulator. Now to your mission. We have a crisis on the Romulan border. A new Romulan ship, the Phoenix, has been testing our defenses. Your orders are to patrol the outposts, or our outposts, and repel this ship if it is encountered. What do we know about this ship? We've received intelligence reports on it, but it's never been used in Federation space. We know very little. Has any other ship encountered the Phoenix? Not to our knowledge. Alright, so this will be the last mission I do today. We'll go a little over, but that's fine. Alright, we should proceed cautiously. Oh, this time, sensors aren't reporting normal, they don't exist. Alright, check the computer. Clark Colony, Class M colony near the Romulan neutral zone. Originally designed as a stopping point for Starfleet personnel going to nearby outposts, it has since become a favored shore leave stop with the outpost's inhabitants. Phoenix, code name for experimental Romulan heavy cruiser. It is rumored to have the approximate speed of a Klingon D7 cruiser. It is larger than a Constitution-class vessel and is about as heavily armed. Outposts. Series of outposts set up along the Romulan neutral zone. They are the first line of warning should Romulan ships cross the neutral zone. Humanoid race with... Alright, we read this already. Oh wait, forgot to get our orders. Our orders are to go to outposts 1, 2, 3, and 4, and to repel the new Romulan Phoenix if encountered. He fucks with doors that are propped open too. I don't know, he just does... I guess even an open door has the potential to be closed. And a cat doesn't like to be, they don't like to be boxed in unless they box themselves in. Alright, we'll go to Outpost 1. I mean, yeah, all of these games are gonna have like, you know, or both versions are like very primitive 3D. All right, Captain, it appears the outpost was destroyed by Romulan plasma torpedoes. Damn. A great tragedy, Captain. No response. Alright. Outpost 2. Oh, it's based on, based on Prophecy's engine. I mean, that might be something to check out. On a Sunday, at least. Right? Entering Outpost 2 sector. What's going on with this one? Captain, it appears the outpost was destroyed by Romulan plasma torpedoes. You don't say. No response. Prophecy, yeah, Prophecy for the, like, Wing Commander Prophecy for the GBA was, like, insane for multiple reasons. Like, it's insanely impressive, but also insane that they made it the way that they did. Which is to say it's kind of unplayable. Alright, Romulan vessel on intercept course. Romulan captain on screen. Let's say, what's going on? I want answers. Alright. Our Phoenix prototype was stolen by renegades who are trying to destroy our relations with the Federation. We came to assist you in dealing with them. We believe they plan to attack a Federation colony. We insist you leave Federation space immediately. Romulan is cloaking. Never enter blindly into battle. Captain, it appears the outpost was destroyed by Romulan plasma torpedoes. Alright, well, I'm gonna trust them. We'll see what happens. I'll go to Clark Colony. Alright, what we got here? This is the captain of the USS Excalibur. Surrender at once. Romulans say you're terrorists. Who are you? We asked for the Federation's help against Romulan oppression, and you turned your backs on us. You're as bad as they are. Message ends, Captain. Phoenix is attacking. Okay. Well, red alert. Okay, well, which one is Phoenix? That them? That the Phoenix? Alright, that's probably Phoenix. I'm gonna say that's Phoenix. Oh, they're kind of fast. You sort of see like a tiny dot on the radar if I do combat mode. That's turned into like a wing commander radar. No response. Yeah, I've lost track of them. Phoenix is retreating, sir. Wait, what are our orders? Repel the new Romulan Phoenix if encountered. It says repel, not destroy. Alright, well... It said repel, not destroy, so I'm not gonna try and chase them. Phoenix has retreated. I am unable to offer any more help on this matter. Alright, well, let's go to Outpost 4 then. Okay. Yeah, well, I'll download Standoff. I probably won't play it right away because I'm gonna play Free Space tomorrow. But maybe I'll try Standoff next Sunday. All right. Did they also destroy? Yeah. Great tragedy, Captain. Alright, well, let's head back to base, I guess. Nothing else to do. I remember it having a different bridge for the Miranda/Constitution. Maybe the 32X version only has less different types of bridges than the Super Nintendo version. You successfully repelled the Phoenix and stopped the threat that it was posing. Mission well done. You received a perfect 100. Nothing, yada yada. Same stuff he always says. Current GPA 100, cumulative GPA 99. Academy ranking average. The Federation's main rivals are the Klingons and Romulans. Both races can be stubborn and have alien philosophies, but both races can be dealt with by a skilled diplomat. Here, drink this. It's Muskin Seed Punch. Trust me, you'll like it. Hey, this is actually very good. I'm just about to faint. This Muskin Seed Punch of Jones's is actually very good. I'm not in a talking mood. Ken, you might find that sharing your problems is good for you. Fine. I don't like Romulan scenarios. It brings back bad memories. There, I shared a problem. Sharing the problem is only the first step, but I'll leave the rest to you. Greetings. I trust you are well. As well as can be expected. Since I do not know what to expect, the previous statement is meaningless. I wonder if there really is a Romulan Phoenix. I don't know. Of course, we could fight World War I biplanes in a simulation. That's silly. Would, this alien woman even know what World War I was? Or a biplane for that matter? Hi, sir. These simulations are really interesting, aren't they? Alright. So I will basically save the game. And get us into the next mission. Quick save 2. I wonder if, I don't know. Alright, yeah, we're saved, so yeah, that was, that's Starfleet Academy. What is the full name of this game? Star Trek, Starfleet Academy Bridge Simulator. Or Starship Bridge Simulator, sorry. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Tomorrow I'll play some Free Space and then more Elite. Dangerous, as usual. Yeah, interesting game. I don't know. It seems like the mechanics are they're interesting, but they feel kind of underdeveloped. Like it's a lot of just very simplistic puzzles. I don't even know if I call them. Yeah, they're more like puzzles than like actual mechanics or like simulated things. You know, it's sort of like the minimum viable way to handle a Star Trek concept. But yeah, it's interesting, and like, you know, but they didn't have a lot to work with here. So, but like, yeah, I don't know. I think you could do a lot more with the game like this now, that's for sure. Yeah. The bridges are different in the SNES footage. So I guess that's one advantage the Super Nintendo version has. But, alright, thanks for watching, and hope to see you tomorrow. Alright, goodbye everyone.